This is Sang-jin Kim. I would like to provide a brief overview of Hurricane Camille. I would like to begin with the nickname of the Hurricane Camille. Camille has a couple of horrible nicknames due to its devastating impact. This picture was known as the Hurricane Party on the day of the landfall of Camille. The three-story building was gone. So the author of this book called Camille as the nature's weapon of mass destruction. The next slide shows the atomic bomb effect of Hurricane Camille. A small tropical cyclone quickly evolved to Category 5 hurricane. There were only 3 Category 5 hurricanes to strike the US mainland in the 20th century. They are the Florida Keys Labor Day hurricane of 1935 and Hurricane Andrew in 1992. Camille was smaller than others, but it was intensive power of destruction. The Gulf Coast was devastated with 200 mile-per-hour winds and 25 feet tide. Also mainland, especially the Virginia state, flooded with more than 10 feet of rainfalls. It was one of the worst hurricanes of the 20th century, killing 256 people and causing $1.4 billion in property damage. Moving on, I'm going to explain the emergency management phase of Hurricane Camille based on Philip's book. In the mitigation phase, there was a wisdom of Hurricane Betsy that took place 4 years ago. It was an excellent training device for preparing Camille. Also, technical support of detecting hurricane might be very helpful for mitigation. In the preparedness phase, there was a thorough watch of National Hurricane Center and appropriate issuing hurricane warning. According to the warning, the residents of the Gulf Coast had to move to civil defense shelter or move to another state. In the response phase, local government cannot handle the disaster, and the state government declare martial law. Also, there was a timely presidential disaster declaration. The Office of Emergency Preparedness took over cooperation of the massive relief effort by at least 25 agencies and organizations. Also, American Red Cross, National Guard, and Salvation Army had important role in recovery. The next slide shows my analysis of disaster response according to the Schneider's perspective. Severe property damage, destruction of communication and transportation system lead to chaotic situation. Local and state government cannot handle this situation. Federal government respond quickly, but their coordination and communication were very poor. There were only a few instances of looting and illegal activities during disaster, so there was a small gap between government response and the people's expectation. Considering all these points, I think people's perception of government response as a relative success. I think the author Phillips think like me. Lastly, I'm going to show the difference between Hurricane Camille and Katrina. They have different paths, but reach the same section of the Gulf Coast with similar effects. But Camille's radius of maximum wind was smaller than that of Katrina. Unlike Katrina, Camille maintained Category 5 status until landfall. Camille's wind speed was faster and Katrina's storm surge was higher.